Okay, so we can start, guys, if you are ready.
Hello.
Hello. And when your colleague is ready, you can start presenting.
Yeah. Knut? No sound yet.
We still don't hear you.
And now?
Yeah.
Yes, we have sound.
Woohoo! Yes.
Yay! Okay, the stage is yours.
Good to meet you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me just share my screen quickly. Yeah, I can start. Yeah. I'll just will. Just need to find out which screen the presentation mode gets on. So, okay, it's on this one. Perfect. So you can see my screen now, I hope, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. So thank you everyone for having me and my good buddy Martin here to present on our session, Get Your Agents Going in SharePoint. Of course, in person would have been better. Would not mind to be in the lovely Greece right now, but it's still good to be here virtually as well. So Knut is my name. I've been working as a modern workplace expert for the last 10 years, at least. With focus the last few years on, of course, Copilot. Before that, it was a lot of SharePoint and Viva Engage, but a lot of focus on intranets, basically. So that's also how I met Martin, because we both have been working with an intranet platform called Omnia, which was kind of a really great solution on top of SharePoint, basically. So that's how small the world is, basically. So, but together we also organizing Collabdays Oslo, which of course is the similar event to the lovely Collabdays Greece, which we have right now. We will do it in person on 6th of December. So feel free to come and join us in hopefully the cold and full of snow country of Norway at that point of time. But right now we also have pretty warm temperature outside, so who knows if it will be snow or not. We also do the Global AI chapter or community in Oslo. So we were going to do the Agent Con Oslo also next year. And please follow me on LinkedIn as well. So the QR codes should provide you with my LinkedIn profile. Martin.
Yeah. Thank you. So, welcome and moin from Hamburg, but I prepared for Oslo. As you see, I'm already prepared to have like some warm stuff. No, today it's cold in Hamburg, so it's quite useful to have an Oslo hoodie. So my name is Martin Rövekamp. I'm modern workplace consultant, talking about and bringing intranets to our clients. Knut already mentioned that we have been working with Omnia together. So SharePoint and intranet is our main focus. And for sure, we have the topic like AI and agents coming into our modern work topic. So I'm organizing Collabdays Hamburg. Knut is supporting me as well. And I'm also the head of Global AI Community Hamburg, where we have the meetup, and we will have an agent camp in February, March next year. I'm the co-host of Web Talk, it's Martin's Modern Work. So it's me and my ex-colleague Martin, where we have guests and talk about the influence of modern technology on the workplace. I'm organizing the SharePoint Hamburg since 13 years now, and please feel free to contact me via LinkedIn and if you have some other questions. Yeah, so what do we want to talk today? Our route is okay. Let's just have a small step to discover agents in SharePoint. What is this? Then we have a look at the agents itself, and we will have a heavy demo, or it will be more demo session today. So we really throw out many of our slides because we can really show a lot. And in the end, we have some question and answers for you. So not maybe you have some questions for you, and we will try to deliver the answers. So what about the agents itself? So why do we talk about agents and Copilot and so on? So on the one hand, we have Copilot. You all know Copilot, and it's your assistant. And so today I'm Knut's Copilot. He's clicking and I'm talking. So it's like your assistant to talk, to get knowledge, to get something created. And then on the other hand, we have business processes and business knowledge. And maybe Copilot also can deliver some like the grounding on business knowledge, but the agents are like more specified on one or maybe 2 or 3 or limited functionalities. They just deliver information from something, or maybe autonomous agents, they can support business processes. That's the difference between the old business process. We have been digitalizing business process automation, just like with if something happens, then we'll do. And now we got the language model inside, and we can have more intelligent processes. So maybe, yeah, we have just a look. So there was a woo a few weeks ago. We got a button here on this slide. So these are the official slides from Microsoft. You see in this ring on the right hand, there is like a small SharePoint button. And this is the knowledge agent in SharePoint, but also in Viva Engage. And this was really a woo for all SharePoint guys, because you can now create pages. Okay, that was also available before, but you can directly ask a question to content within this page. You can summarize it, you can improve it, and you can create and you can create more agents. But to improve this side, this is kind of something. So let's jump to the next one. So improve AI responses, Copilot ready. That's the headline. But what you see here is you have a document library, and you can automatically create columns, and based on the content in your library, and this knowledge agent will like detect the knowledge and then suggest columns and also fill them. So this is really great if you use metadata, and maybe you have been annoyed by filling up all this metadata information people want you when you upload a document. So this can be really a fast forward track for metadata. And
yeah, I remember, Martin, from the past, like some customers where I was at, we had like a requirement to fill in like certain amount of columns for the documents that was uploaded into a document library, and every end user was so frustrated because they was not even allowed to save the document before it was kind of putting in the metadata. So I think this is a great move forward.
Yeah, and I have a really use case right now. So one of my clients asked me to update their documents or the contract management based on SharePoint, and they have 54 columns to be filled by the user before uploading the document. So, okay, so I will upload a document and it will work 1 hour just to upload the document. The acceptance, I think, is very low. So if we have the AI to support them, that's quite a big step. And we have one more slide from Microsoft. Here it's, as I already mentioned, when you are on the home page or on a SharePoint page, then you can summarize the content there, but you also can optimize it. I think the next slide will show how it works. So you have page library. No, this is also a document library, and you can ask just as you know, Copilot, ask against this ask questions against this document library. And in the next step, we see how you manage pages. So I think on the next slide, yeah, so there's like improve this site. So the knowledge agent is running through the site and said, okay, this page has been not been updated for 2 years. Shall I retire it? And then it will be retired. And this is the good thing. Copilot won't use it as a content anymore. So it's not only retired, it's still there. You can read it, but it's like excluded from Copilot search. So I think now we come close to the demo.
Yes. So let's jump and go into the demo mode. Here on our starting page, of course, this is just another page in SharePoint, but we see now, since we have enabled the knowledge agent in our site, we have that available all the way down in the right corner at any point of time, as you can see. Of course, to have this one available, it will require that you have a Copilot license right now to be able to see it. So that's also a prerequisite that you need to be aware of. So it's not like every user in your tenant is going to see it. It will require you to have the Copilot license for it to be available. So we have prepared a few scenarios. Some of them are kind of similar to the ones that we just showed on the previous slides, but this is kind of to show you the live demo, not like a pre-recorded thing, you know, so to kind of show you some scenarios where we can really benefit from this knowledge agent. And also possible to build your own agent. Yes, Martin?
Can you please close the message from stop sharing?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we got the message here. Yeah.
Loud and received, yes. So here you see that this one is in preview. So this has to be enabled from your IT department. You have to run a PowerShell script actually to enable it right now. So if it's not available in your tenant yet, that might be just because your IT department hasn't made it available yet. And it is in preview, so it's still not publicly general available. So it means that you can test it out. And of course, from licensing perspective and all that kind of stuff, it might be some surprises around the corner. Who knows? It is Microsoft to talk about, but right now it is only requiring the Copilot license. And also I do think that when it will be general available, it will also work with pay-as-you-go. So for instance, if you have enabled pay-as-you-go as an option in your environment, it should be also working. But right now in preview, as far as I know, maybe you know also, Martin, it doesn't work with pay-as-you-go in preview mode. I think you will need to have the Copilot license.
Yeah, so right now it's like that.
So here, for instance, we can start with create a page. So let's say that you are working as a person on the communication department, or you are responsible for maintaining your intranet. So in the past, you had to go up here to click a new page. You see, we also have a new page with AI now. It's also in the preview mode. or you can always go to the left side here and create also a new page from here. There's a lot of ways you can create a page, and not all of them is giving you the same options. So this is where it's a little bit difficult to be you and me, but what Microsoft now offers in also the knowledge agent is to create it from here with the help of AI. So first of all, you need to pay attention to the fact that if you do create it from the AI here and the knowledge agent, you have two different options. You can create a page, which is typically a knowledge page or a knowledge article, or kind of like a page that is basically static and it doesn't change too often. And also it's not something that you want to broadcast into your environment, like a news post, for instance. So here you see we have the news post, which has a different set of templates. Or you can always start with creating it from describing it with a prompt, for instance. And here also you see with the prompt, you need to again select what type of end results you want to have. Here, of course, you can always go ahead and add either a PowerPoint presentation, you can add a PDF, different type of files you can add, or you can also upload your file if you want to do that in here. So for instance, we have our presentation that we could use, for instance, maybe the one that we just have now. We can also use loop components, as you can see here, or events. So there's a lot of stuff, but right now I want to create a page based on my handbook. Please use only the first section in my attached file. Because this is an employee handbook, so it's really big and long, so that's why just for saving time, I just ask us to use the first section. We can also use some starting prompts if you need help. We can also add more content if you want into this one. We can set the tone of voice, and we can also go ahead and set the length, basically. If it's created as a private draft, that means it will be stored in my OneDrive. I don't want to do that right now, so let's just hit create. So what this one will do now is based on my employee handbook file document, it will go ahead and basically create this page with the help of the knowledge agent and with the help of AI. So by this, it's of course a lot quicker. The work is done a lot quicker than if I should start and type all this stuff myself. And it's also basing it on the file which I have attached, basically. So by this, in a way, if you have people in your organization that is not too familiar with SharePoint, for instance, as a knowledge management system, this could be a good introduction for them to kind of get started with creating content, or they can even send it to you and you can just populate the page based on the file that you get from them, either if it's a PDF or it could be a Word for that matter. So now you see our page is already created and we can just say, okay, we liked it, keep it. And then we have everything here and we can just save it and close it. So that was kind of the first way of seeing what the knowledge agent can do. We can, yeah.
So this knowledge agent now created a page within SharePoint based on the employee handbook, but it's still a lot to read. Can we also have a FAQ?
Yes, we can do that. As I did right now while he was talking, I just quickly click here and we can ask a question based on this one. Yeah. We can also summarize this page. There is also another option that we can look at that is not necessarily around the knowledge agent, but is around the AI, which is really good. So if we go here to look at our employee handbook FAQ page that we have created, we could also basically go ahead and click edit here. Microsoft has come up with a FAQ web part that is pretty cool for this matter. So we just need to click edit the properties. And I think since you have added, I don't think I have permissions, but let's just remove it. And then we can add a new one in here. So let's just go to the web parts. And then we will just add in the FAQ again. We are using here also the modern responsive view, get started. And here you can see that I can use the same source file. We can put the purpose in, so we can, for instance, use it as a policy. And now we can just ask, can you create a FAQ based on the attached source file. And now with the help of AI again, this one will actually automatically populate the FAQ based on our handbook. You see it created now all of the toppers, and now we will just click down here. Sorry, I did the wrong one, draft questions. So we took kind of the categories, and now we're drafting the questions, and afterwards we can draft the answers as well. This would, if I like in the past, I don't know how many times when I delivered an intranet, I had to build basically an FAQ inside of the intranet. And right now, just with a few clicks of a button, we have it here. And the beauty about this page is that this one also, of course, later could be the source of our knowledge agents inside of SharePoint. So of course, since it's in SharePoint, we can also use this as in the knowledge for the knowledge agent to easier get questions answered from our employees as well. So this is really, really cool. It's already here and it populates, but let it just populate in the back. I will just open up another tab here to show you some more things as we go, basically. So as you can see now, we was basically on our page here. We created this one. We could also summarize this page really easily, or we can ask questions. So this is kind of the things that comes out of the box from the knowledge agent. Martin will show you later the options that are if you go into a document library or if and so on, because the possible actions that you have in the knowledge agent is differentiating based on the page you're standing on. Like now I'm standing on the page, but if I will go into a document library, I can show you that, and Martin will show you what we can do with that afterwards. But for instance, here I have a list of different resumes or CVs. If I go in here, you see we get all other options here, but I'm not going to do that right now. But you could see here, for instance, instead of creating a custom agent, because we have the options in SharePoint to either create a custom SharePoint agent, or we can create a custom agent in Copilot, or we can use the knowledge agent. So for instance, if I wanted to know more about what are the different documents here, I could also use the knowledge agent down here and click compare these files. So now it will basically go ahead and compare these things without me needing to build a custom agent. So this is again like different ways of working, because you see now that it put up the different categories and so on in here. And I can also ask a question based on these files. So this means that the knowledge agent itself has a lot of capabilities without me needing to create custom agents. So that's kind of the different from in the past when me and Martin presented like how to create agents in SharePoint and Copilot, is that now we get a lot of functionality out of the box from the knowledge agent that we didn't have in the past. But if we are not satisfied with this, or if we want to tailor, specify, give better instructions and so on, we can also go ahead and create a custom agent. So to create a custom agent is really also easy. Up here, we can just go ahead and, of course, now it didn't work, always the demo gods. Let's try again with a little bit of refresh, because you see we have a lot of actions.
The AI actions work only with a selected file.
Yeah, but we should also have the nice option to create an agent from here.
Yeah, but
let's go ahead.
But not from there. You need a knowledge agent button on the create agent in the knowledge agent itself. Yeah, it works. It's change. Go to see more agents, and then you can create an agent.
Yeah, it's such a lovely how Microsoft changes the UI from day to day. But thank you, Martin.
Yeah.
In the past, we can do it from here. It was a much better experience, in my opinion. But of course, the knowledge agent is still in preview. So this is like typically what Microsoft is asking for. Give us feedback, like how shall we build the UI so it makes more sense for you. But now we are here. So you see now, because I didn't select anything, if we click edit now, the sources will be the document library. If I would have selected a few and then use again the same here, it will basically just use the selected ones. And that's why, in my opinion, it was a lot better when we can use that from the kind of the document header, basically, because it was more intuitive for the user. but still we are here, so that's good. And of course, the thing that we can do now with the customized agent is that we can put a name. So this is out of the box name. We should put a purpose in, like what do we want to do with this one? And we also have the behavior. And this is where actually the magic starts to happen, because with the instructions, we can actually make it also be more responding how we want. We should always think about agents that we build ourselves as basically a new employee in our organization. So we need to give them detailed instruction for them to operate better. So for instance, this is a resume one. I don't have too big instructions here, but we can use just this one. You are an assistant that helps summarize job resume and answer questions about job resumes. Please respond in polite manner. We can also put in here that you should not go into any other sources, etc., but let's keep it sweet and short right now. We can also provide some starter prompts, as you can see here. And from the starter prompts, I will just put in some that I have pre-created, so we'll save a little bit of time. So here we have, can you create table based on education, language, and certification, and summarize the resume based on all of the above. And we also have who can speak Spanish. That actually should be in the last one. I was a little bit quick with my copy paste. So we can do like this. So now we can already test our agent in here, as you can see from the get-go. And this is also something that I can tell you a little bit later, because the experience also have changed a little bit here from how it works from within the document library itself. But we see here now that we get these 4 people that is speaking Spanish with all the references and everything. We can also go ahead and, of course, try one of the other prompts, as you can see here, which is can you create a table based on education, language, and certification. So this is pretty similar to the table that we got when I clicked summarize from the knowledge agent itself. As you can see here, everything is great and fine, basically here. So that is good. If you are now happy with this, we can click save and close, and then we will have created a knowledge agent that is basically in the document library called resumes, as we can see here. And there it is into this window. Before, in the past, when I click this one, it will open the pane. But now if I will click this one, it will redirect us to the Copilot chat experience. So that's something you should be aware of. So if you want to make changes to this agent, you need to click the 3 dots and click edit, basically like you will do on a file for that matter. So just like important to know that change in habits, again, like as Martin mentioned, with the fact that with the AI actions, we don't have anything here to create an agent that we had in the past. I don't think we even have it here on the 3 dots. We only have the AI agents, as you can see here. AI action, sorry. We don't have create an agent, basically. So for that matter, we will always need to go down here. Yeah, Martin?
Yeah, can you open the dialog again?
Yes, of course.
Just mark one topic again. What I really like is that you can create your own audio overview if you have like one file marked, or maybe, and you can only mark. So it's all the AI actions within a library work only with maximum 5 files. So if I have 6, then it's again deactivated.
Yeah, that's good, and also good that you mentioned the limitations in here. And we have pre-created also one other one, because if you open all these resumes, all of them will be in English. Basically, they all have different look and feels, but the AI still managed to go in and kind of find good comparison and take out all the details. But let's say that you're working in a multilingual environment, and then you get resumes again in different language. This one is in English, so that's great. But let's say we have this one. And here you see, yeah, I'm really good in selecting the ones that I can see, but this one is in a different language, as you can see. So I think it's in Turkish. So here we have a different resumes that has multiple languages, basically. So again, here, we could just select a few of them and go ahead and go to the AI actions and summarize or compare the files, or we can ask a question based on this file. So we then don't need to basically go ahead and create like basically go ahead and create what can we call like the customized agent, the custom SharePoint agent or Copilot agent in Copilot Studio Lite or Studio Experience. So it doesn't need any maintaining of anything, or ownership of the agent if you just use the Copilot, the knowledge agent in here. But if you wanted to create a customized one, again, I will just not select anyone because then we'll take all of them. We'll go in here and see more agents. It's a lot of clicks to go to create an agent now. But here you can see we now get an agent called Resume Multilingual. So just use basically the name of the library. Click Edit. And in here we can see now that we also have the same capabilities as the other one. I will just go ahead and put in a few predefined basically prompts that we have here. And the reason why we have starter prompt is to give the employees that should use these agents some ideas about how they can interact with the agent. So that's why we need to think through like what starter prompts we want to have. The difference from the experience creating the agents from within SharePoint as a SharePoint agent and from Copilot Studio would be that in Copilot Studio you will have more options with the starter prompts, but in SharePoint we only can define 3. Basically. Here we also put in some instructions, as you can see here, and now we can go ahead and basically, again, interact, try, test our agent to see if it works, see if you're happy with the results that we're going to get. And of course, also when you're creating agents, you need to think about who should use this agent if you want to create it from SharePoint, from Copilot Studio Lite, or from the Copilot Studio Full Experience, but that we can get back to a little bit later. But you see now, we get again, basically out all of these things in a nice view, and it's all in English, as you can see, even if basically the different CVs was in multiple languages. Some of them was in Chinese, we have Turkish, we have Polish, probably Japanese as well. So this is a great way where we can also see how AI can help us because it is understanding all the different languages. And me, I don't speak half of those languages. So I'm really happy that I can, with the help of AI, understand more what are in these different files. So this was resumes, but imagining that you have different production documents or something like that in different languages, then it will be really helpful to be able still to understand something that is in them, or contracts for that matter, or even invoices. So again, we will click Save and Close to create our agent when we are happy with it. And in a few moments, it will now be located here into our document library. What we also need to be always aware about is that we have the option here to set the agent as approved if you are a site owner inside of the SharePoint site. What that means, it will become a site agent. So it means that everybody that has rights in here will see it as well. And we can also copy the link for Teams. So that means that we will share this agent within Teams. Right now, that only works in a one-on-one or a group chat, but this is something that, of course, with time will also work into channels. So that was this agent. Let me quickly also show you the Employee Handbook agent, and then I will hand it over to Martin for the last few demos. So this is typically also something that we have built a lot of times in intranets. Like how many times haven't we created different pages for an employee handbook? We saw earlier that we created the FAQ here, and we also created the page itself with different helpers from the knowledge agent, basically. So there's a lot of ways we can provide information about what is in the handbook to make it more accessible for our employees. But now, if we go ahead and again, click our knowledge agent in here and see more agents and create an agent. It's created already. And again, it just use the name of the library. In here, we have also the same options as we had before. We can also add, of course, logo. Forgot to mention that before. The name is really important, in my opinion, because it also tells what the agents are doing. And of course, also the purpose, because purpose is also giving the agent some kind of general idea about what it should do. And then, of course, under behavior, we have the welcoming message, which is here, which is the one that you will see here. It also will help the people that will use the agent to understand what it can do and not do. So, for instance, in our agent here, we can start with some prompts, like can you summarize the code of conduct? We can also basically go ahead and ask what policies do we have for vacation. This is not very relevant in Norway, but let's do it anyways. Can I smoke at work? Because that is not okay anyways in Norway. But let's go ahead and add some instructions. And here I have a little bit more of them. So let's talk a little bit around instructions that we have here, because this is typically what you will do if you build them for your organization. So here you see assist users in finding and understanding corporate policies from the handbook document. Provide clear and accurate information based on the content of the handbook. Respond to queries about it. Do not provide legal or personal advice. Only reference the content of the handbook. Be professional. Ensure that everything is just answers are just based on what is in the document, so it will not go to the web and find information, all that kind of stuff. So the more precise instructions you give, the better the agent also will perform. So let's go ahead. Yeah.
I just asked myself, what kind of limitation do we have in the instruction? 2,000 or 8,000?
I think it's 2,000 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, you can add more, but it will work only with 2,000 headers. Yeah.
Yeah, so here you see that now we have basically the getting the answers about basically can you summarize the code of conduct. We get the nice summary. And of course, here what we could have done if we had made this agent as a Copilot Studio agent, like take it to the next level, we could basically also have adaptive cards in here. You know, like let's say that you are asking the next question, like what policies do you have for vacation? So if you have taken this to the next step and make more advanced agents, you could basically have asked it a question back, do you want to apply for vacation? And then we could provided the link to applying for vacation, or you could just say, give me the dates of vacation, and then the agent basically will fill in all the required forms for you to get vacation. So this is where kind of you need to see what are the purpose of the agent and what you want the agent to do, because what we are showing you right now is only providing answers basically based on content, but you could create more advanced agents in Copilot Studio, for instance, where you can also be interactive with the agent itself. But still, this is providing a lot of great information. And of course, for new hires that is coming to you, this is really gold, because how difficult hasn't it usually been to find information in an intranet or based on search to exactly the requirements of, hey, what policies do we have for insurance, vacation, all that kind of stuff. And now with just the agent, we can get those answers really, really quickly. And the beauty also now with things changing, as we had with the Copilot or the knowledge agent down here, that requires now to click a few times to kind of create this agent. The agent that we create here in SharePoint in the past, they didn't show up here as part of your agent that is available into the chat experience in Copilot. But now also the agent that you're creating from SharePoint is available here. So that's make them more available for your users, because in the past, our recommendation was to create actually two agents, one from the create an agent option here, and one from the SharePoint experience. But now you need only to create one, unless you want to have more advanced capabilities, or unless you want to push it out in the organization. But Martin, I think it's time for you to show the more advanced capabilities, in my opinion, from the knowledge agent, and also gives the users.
So let me share my screen. So I took over. So let's go back to our demo environment. We had a question if our page is accessible. Unfortunately not. It's just our demo environment. It's not public. So Knut has shown some of this agent capabilities when you can create an agent to get more information out of your stuff. But how can we even just like pimp a document library with let's say content information? And I'm jumping here into a leasing of a document library. I could like create an agent. I could like, if I create this and then I have the AI actions, and depending on what I've chosen, so the context menu changes and the button is on some other places. So that's already shown, but I have an add column, and new is like the classification thing. And so I use the classification, and what I want to do with the classification is I want to have some more information about this leasing offer. And my example is like, okay, let's create a new column, and the column name is vehicle type. And now I can add some categories, and I choose like, okay, combi, and then bus, sportback, okay, and then I have a SUV, and okay, do we have bus already? Nope, bus, and then maybe van, and one more. And I think yeah, okay. I think so. I could also describe something and then next step. So I'm still in this pane, and now I can test my prompt, which I didn't create a prompt, but with filling in all this information, the prompt was created. And now I choose some of the documents to try it out. And in the past, you had like SharePoint Premium and syntax to have this functionality. And now it's included in SharePoint just with your Copilot license. So I have a bus, I have a SUV, I have a combi, Avant, and I have a sportback. And let's preview. Now he's running against the documents here. They're like 8 to 10 pages. And okay, Avant is a combi, so it's a German word. So SUV is clear. We have a bus and we have sportback. And now I can click on save, and he will create this column and then autofill all the stuff. And the really nice stuff is, as soon as I update this document library with some other file or update a file, it will again analyze this file and autofill this column. So metadata, well done. We just have something to sort and have great stuff for our search, and even the Copilot readiness, which was mentioned on the Microsoft pages or slides we had on the beginning. So let's go back to another demo, and we use invoices. So everybody use invoices, and I just added this invoices here in this document library, and I use now the knowledge agent. And there's a button organize this library. So when I click here, the agent will now analyze all the documents and will generate columns and suggest like invoice number, invoice date, and total amount. And it will fill in all the information getting out of these invoices. And I also could check all this invoices on this columns he has created, and can edit the prompt and so on, and can create my own prompt, or even I can add some more files, or I can delete columns. So this is a really great capability to organize your document libraries. So I think
a lot of people are happy about this one when they will start to use it, because it saves time. It's like crazy how much time this will save.
Is this cool? So yeah, I did it also with the document library Knut used for the multilingual stuff. And the other behavior, I must say, is still kind of preview because it's like translating the job title sometimes and sometimes not. So that's, but here with invoices and also with the leasing stuff, it's working very well. So I think this was like a short demo now, and we have some more.
Martin, can you maybe go click back to the demo?
Slides. To the demo or to the slides?
Yeah, to the demos, yeah. And if you go into the document invoice library again, there's one thing more we can show actually.
Okay, yeah.
And if you hit the knowledge agent right now.
Just need to, yeah.
And then you also have the set of rules, yeah.
Yeah. So, and with the rules, okay, he's already suggested something. And with the rules, I can give like, okay, send me a notification if something happens, or set a review status. That's something we can, or even if a total amount reaches something. So that's rules we can provide here, and get columns auto-filled, get metadata to the file itself. What else, Knut?
No, that's what it. I think this is just great for everybody that works a lot with contracts, invoices, RFPs, all this kind of stuff, where you need to basically also be like in the past we kind of use Power Automate and these kind of things to create different type of approval agents or whatever we created. But here there's a lot of helpers as well with the help of the knowledge agent that could really help the people to really easily get notified about changes in the library, about contract end dates, all this kind of stuff. So I think it's also something that you should test out before you use more advanced capabilities in Microsoft 365, like for instance with the Power Automate and so on. Check out these rules from the knowledge agent first.
Yeah, and as you see, when you save it, first you're in a preview mode, so you should preview all these results and maybe edit the prompt and run it again. And you can create a new view. So you can keep the original all items view, for example, and create a new view with your created columns. Okay, just leave anyway. Did you see anything else I should have mentioned?
No, I think this is all great. And of course, as we talked about before, the knowledge agent is in preview. So as we know, with everything around AI, changes are happening fast. So we need to keep up. And of course, when this will go in GA, probably it will be with some new things as well.
Yeah. What I also opened is like, if I'm on the so the knowledge agent is working in library context and also in page context. And in page context, I had this functionality improve this site. So he will check the site in case of, are there any inactive pages? So if there's a page not being modified for 2 years or whatever, so that could be also a policy to be created. Then he would suggest, okay, this site has not been updated for 2 years, and you can deactivate it. It will be still there, but as I mentioned before, the Copilot won't use it as a knowledge anymore. There's a content gap control, and there's also broken links, so it will check broken links. That's like what we have right now to improve pages or sites. So this is like the knowledge agent from the content maker perspective. And now let me go back to the slides. And we started here. So, okay, we had all this document, so this libraries. So licensing. So as you see, that's the latest note. It's fiscal year 2026, first half. There should be, the knowledge agent should be generally available. And right now, there's Knowledge Agent is not pay as you go. It's only for M365 Copilot license. So there will be some changes in licensing, is for sure. We will know maybe more after next week, after Ignite, and there will be some more changes within document libraries. I already heard some rumor, but I haven't seen it yet. And Knut has shown how easy it is to create, even though if you don't find the button anymore, you have to. But it's really easy to create an agent and ground it to one document, or like the Employee Handbook agent. And everybody who has do we need to be site owner, or can we also member, Knut?
It should be enough to be a member to create them, yes.
So member also can create his own agent, and then we get the same situation with governance like we had when pandemic started and everybody was able to create his own teams. So an admin can turn off SharePoint agent for specific sites, for example. And we have some limitations. So there's right now no support for images, meeting recordings, OneNote notebooks, but you can even, I mean, the working files, docx, PowerPoint, Excel. Yeah, so Excel should work, but also loop components and PDF and so on. So there's quite a bunch of possibility file types can be used, but there's no cross-hub search, so you can't use it for multiple hubs in a large tenant. And content links, we had been talking about, I think the description in an agent was like 2,000 2,000 letters, and the length of documents 100 plus will be not fully indexed. I have an example with a Clearbox index. It's 900 pages. I can't summarize it completely, but I can go there and give me an index of all the chapters, and then so it's like a two-step version to get the information out of this document with an agent. It's like ask him first, okay, give me the introduction with the chapters, and then I go in the chapters and ask him on that. That's working. Knowledge agent, custom agents, just also like the official page, our official slide from Microsoft. So the knowledge agent is your subject expert. He supports you with your SharePoint environment and your document library and so on. And then the custom agent is if you need more specific information, then follow the examples Knut has shown you, just to bring your own agents with your own functionality, even with add some knowledge from other sources and so on to get more precise agents on the topic you need to be answered. So start to build your agents, try it out, ask the IT administrators to get the Copilot license and to add on the knowledge agent for you. And try it out, save them, and if they are really useful, share them with your colleagues. So we will share the slides later on. Here are some references. Questions?
We had one from Adonis about where all the knowledge agent document and indices are stored. And I answered it in the chat, but let's also do it live. And of course, everything is stored within your Microsoft 365 tenant. So it means that it should be in according to, of course, the EU AI Act, and nothing should transfer into the US or any other country for that matter. So it should be safe, but of course, isn't it like possible also, let's go like around like Copilot to turn on the Anthropic one these days, which will, of course, not store your data within EU anymore. So you need, of course, to be able to know all those things to be sure. But yeah, if you don't make, if you use ChatGPT as basically, or GPT-5, GPT-4 as the kind of the AI analytic agent, then everything is stored within EU.
Yeah, so if you use this SharePoint agents, like with a grounding on your document library or just one file, like our Employee Handbook, there's no data loss problem, because the large language model is used by your tenant, but there's nothing going out. But if you create within Copilot Studio an agent and you use like different language models, as Knut said, and you use Knut or whatever, Claude, not Knut, no, Claude for it.
Can use Knut also, but
yeah, Knut is my language model. And you use Claude or some other stuff, then for sure data protection is off. And there are also in the Power Platform, there are some connectors which are really kind of data unsecure. So if you use a connector to publish something on X, then the data are gone. So these are, let's say, GDPR. This is not GDPR conform, and that's should be known if you really start to go deeper and create your own agents within Copilot Studio with a full experience. Yeah.
Great.
Other questions?
I think that was it for now. And we have only 5 minutes for next one. So I think we should round it up.
Yeah. So thank you. So
Thank you,
book your
thank
flight.
you guys for the excellent presentation.
Yeah. Book your flight and join us on December 5-6 for Collabdays Oslo. And if you wear a hoodie, it's kind of, you have the same feeling like in Greece. So,
okay, guys, thank you very much. Have a nice one. Very interesting presentation. Mohammed, when you're ready, you can begin.
okay. Thank you for having us and have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Okay.